Revision worksheets for linear equations. Question 1. A and B. It's all about completing the tables of value using a particular rule or linear equation that has been given to us. Okay, so you need to remember that the term linear equation, we've learnt that linear means straight. So when we plot a linear equation or a set of values to represent a linear equation on a graph, it should come out as a straight line on our Cartesian plane. But we also need to remember that linear equation and the word rule mean the same thing. Okay, some of us are getting confused as to what a rule is and what a linear equation is. It's the same meaning, just different words for those. So complete the set of the table of values. We've been given a linear equation or a rule. So it says y equals 4x plus 3. We're going to use this rule or this linear equation to fill out all of our values. Okay, so we have to take 4 and know that it means 4 multiplied by x plus 3. Okay, it means 4 multiplied by x plus 3. So the 4 is going to stay in the whole time. Our x value is what's going to change depending on where we are in the table, and we're always going to plus 3. Okay, so we're going to go -3 as our first x value. So you, on a calculator or with your working would be even better. 4 multiplied by -3 is our first x value plus 3. Alright, remember you can use a calculator in your test, so practice using your calculator. So if you think 4 multiplied by -3, it's going to get you -12, because we have two different signs. We have a positive sign, our 4, and a negative sign. Two different signs gives us a negative, but if you're relying on your calculator, make sure you know where your negative button is. So you'd go 4 multiplied by, now on the calculators in the classroom it's a button down the bottom. On my calculator here it is this button here. Okay, but on your calculators in your classroom it's a button down the bottom of those pink calculators that look like this. It's telling your calculator to switch from a positive to a negative number, and it sits down the bottom of your calculator in the classroom. Alright, so 4 multiplied by -3 is going to get us -12 plus 3. Okay, -12 plus 3, so we go to the right 3 times, or use your calculator. -12 plus 3 is going to get you -9 as your first y value. Okay, so in class we've been talking about finding the first 3 values and then seeing the pattern. So this time we're going to go y equals 4 multiplied by x, but this time our x is -2. So 4 multiplied by -2 is going to get me to -8. Alright, so if you want to do some more working, that's your first one, that equaled -9. Y equals 4 multiplied by -2 this time, because that's our x value, yeah? 4 multiplied by -2 plus 3, y is going to equal -5. Okay, and one more set of working. Y equals, our rule is 4 times x, and our next x value is -1. So 4 times -1 plus 3, y equals, that's going to be -4 plus 3 is -1. Then I would stop. Okay, you don't have to do so many sets of, or more than that, working in your test. Do the first 3 sets of working in your test and then find the pattern. This is going up by 4. Okay, it's going up by 4, which would make sense because that's why our first pronumeral there is 4. They're the connections that we've made later on. But to fill out the table, you can just see that it's going up by 4. So the next one's going to be 3, then 7, then 11, then 15. And you could check, okay, you could say, well, what's 4 times 3? Is our x is 12, plus 3 gives me my 15. So I can be sure that my values are correct. If you just check a couple, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So just do some little checks before you move on to the next question. So remember, you just work through your first 3, show some working, find the pattern, fill in your table using that pattern, and then just take the time to check your answer before you move on to the next question. Right, this one is the rule or the linear equation that's been given to us. Same thing, linear equation or rule that's been given to us is negative 5x take away 4. Okay, so if you go y equals negative 5 multiplied by my first x value, which is negative 3, take away 4. Okay, this time we've got 2 like signs, so it's going to be positive 15, take away 4, y equals 11 first up. Okay, but don't be scared to check it on your calculator. Negative 5 multiplied by negative 3, enter, take away 4 is 11. Use your calculator to check. Okay, this time we're going to go 5 times x, which is 5 times negative 2 now. That's our next x value. I'm running out of space here, so we'll go negative 5 multiplied by negative 2 is my x value this time. Take away 4 equals 6. Okay, let's do one more. Let's slot in negative 1. Let's slot in negative 1 as our x value here. Okay, so negative 5 multiplied by negative 1, take away 4 equals 1. Now the reason I'm happy is I can see these numbers are going down by 5. That makes me happy because my pronumeral is negative 5. So the 5 is fitting, going down by 5, and the fact that is a negative 5 up here and the numbers are going down, that is perfect. Okay, so just to fill in, if you're not sure, go 1, take away 5, because we're up to here and we've done our first 3 workings, and we just want to find the pattern now, which we have, and fill in the rest. Okay, negative 4 is our next one. Then we'll get to negative 9, negative 14, negative 19. Okay, and then take the time to check before you move on. So let's go negative 5, negative 5 multiplied by, let's go 3. Let's check on this one, equals, take away 4 equals negative 19. So take the time to check it on your, check a pair on your calculator before you move on. Okay, plot question 1a on the Cartesian plane here. So this is this question up here. Okay, let's plot it on the Cartesian plane. So negative 3 and negative 9. So negative 3 on our x-axis and negative 9 on our y-axis. Negative 3 on our x, negative 3 on our 9. That means these are plotted. Now we're going to go negative 2, negative 5. Negative 2, negative 5. It's there. Okay, then we're going to go negative 1 and negative 1, which is there. Negative 1, negative 1. Next is 0 and 3. So 0 along the x and 3 up the y-axis. 1 and 7. So 1 and up to 7. 2 and 11, and then we can't do the last one because the last one's 15. We can't do the 11 actually, so that's it. Right, if you take a fancy ruler like this, and you collect the lines, okay, remember to put your arrows on each end, and name it y equals 4x take away 3. Remember to do that, label your graph.